morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's another edition of Midi Life. We hope that you are doing great wherever you might find yourself. This afternoon, we are talking about languages, but not just languages. We are also going to talk about culture, the different cultures that you can find in our country, and what some people have as far as that is concerned. And so we're going to be having a young lady in the house. She's from the West region, Banjul to be precise. She has been teaching Cameroonian languages and cultures. She is a gospel artist. She actually has 2 albums in the market. So today she's going to be telling us why she decided to start this particular association, what they have been doing so far, and their projects in the upcoming days. I'm talking about Kayum Carol. You are welcome to Midi Life.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Please have a seat. I'm fine, thank you too. Whew. So how has this month of February been like for you?
Busy.
Very busy.
Very busy.
Okay.
Yes, we've been touring schools with our PITANGO concept and sensitizing students. So it's really been busy.
Okay, now we are going to get really busy on Midi Life this afternoon. But before that, let me first of all check the kitchen. What do you like eating?
Okra soup.
Sorry?
Okra soup.
And?
Some gari or fufu corn. Corn fufu.
Carol?
Yeah.
If I am a guy and I take you to a restaurant, are you going to ask for okra?
Yes, I will. And I'll even wash my hands and eat.
Please, anytime that the guy invites you, please take me along. So that while you're asking for okra, I'm going to fill the money with some other dish. What do you think?
Oh, you know, there are some restaurants where you can find okra soup and
no, there are
corn
many.
fufu really expensive.
There are many.
Yes, and expensive too.
Anyways, let's just see what Chef Emile Nguli is going to be cooking this afternoon. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot say hopefully it's okra because I'm hoping to share in the meal. So,
but what I see is really looks good.
Bonjour, Chef Emile.
Bonjour, Gwen.
Est-ce que ça va cet après-midi?
Toujours que ça va.
Wow. Tu prépares souvent le gombo?
Oui.
Avec quoi? Poisson fumé, bifaga ou quoi exactement?
Poisson fumé, viande. La façon la plus amusante d'ailleurs, c'est de faire une sorte de gombo mixte.
Avec quoi exactement?
Avec la viande fraîche, la viande fumée, le poisson fumé, et autant que possible même le poisson frais. Quand on en trouve, dont la chair résiste bien à la chaleur.
Ok. Caro, est-ce que tu sais où Chef Emile habite? Ou son restaurant? Tu sais où ça se trouve? Ok, pas de problème. Chef Emile, parce que comme toi, tu fais le gombo avec tout, frais, braisé, fumé, il faut que Carole sache où se trouve ton restaurant. Oui.
Il faut simplement lui dire au cœur de la ville de Yaoundé.
Ok. Aujourd'hui, tu es au cœur de la nation, mais il se trouve au cœur de la ville de Yaoundé.
Au cœur de la ville de Yaoundé.
C'est le nom du restaurant?
Non, le restaurant s'appelle le Club Municipal.
Ah, le Club Municipal.
C'est le seul restaurant qui se trouve dans l'enceinte de la communauté urbaine.
C'est ça.
Ah oui, c'est vers Ouada, le carrefour, c'est ça?
Oui, très proche de...
Je passe souvent par là.
Ou un peu au-dessus.
Je voulais dire collège et je me suis retenue que non.
Ben si, il y a un collège non loin de là, en tout cas.
Oui, c'est ça, mais je voulais appeler le nom du collège et c'est pour ça que je me suis arrêtée là.
Non, mais si tu veux passer au service commercial, il n'y a pas de problème.
Non, je ne veux pas quand même. Chef, qu'est-ce que Carole va manger ou qu'est-ce qu'on va manger cet après-midi?
C'est quelque chose de très simple aujourd'hui.
Okay.
Simple comme dans l'appellation, simple dans la façon de faire. Il faut 3 minutes pour préparer.
Wow.
Disons 5 minutes. Il faut 3 minutes pour cuire, 5 minutes pour préparer ça. C'est tout simplement des crevettes à l'ail.
Crevettes à l'ail.
Ça, oui, on le trouve dans la plupart des cadres de restaurants.
Wow, parce que c'est simple ou parce que c'est riche en...
Quand on est au Cameroun, on ne préparera jamais, on ne présentera jamais assez de crevettes. Nous devons à la crevette le nom de ce pays.
Oui, c'est ça.
Ça veut dire que tous les restaurants doivent commencer à être restaurants quand ils ont déjà au moins 1 mets de crevettes.
Vraiment?
Oui, et s'ils peuvent, qu'ils aient un mets à base du mbéatoé, qui est peut-être à l'origine de tout, un mets à base de notre chagambas, tigré, qui est particulière.
Mais même les restos qui font le héros, non, ils sont toujours là non, dans les crevettes.
Bien sûr, bien sûr.
Ok, je voulais souvent savoir.
Bien sûr. Très souvent, il est question de demander. Et il y a une mouvance maintenant de la cuisine camerounaise qui fait qu'on ne verra plus salade de fruits exotiques.
Ouais.
quand on la commande, on voit que c'est la papaye solo de chez nous, que c'est l'ananas de chez nous.
Ouais.
Non, exotique, ce serait peut-être comme pendant la Saint-Valentin, on a vu les fraises et les framboises. Oui, ça c'est exotique.
Oui.
Mais nous, nos fruits, c'est bien des fruits de saison, c'est des fruits du pays, c'est des fruits tropicaux. Il ne faut surtout pas les rendre exotiques.
Ok, c'est ça, parce que souvent là, on confond les noms, surtout quand tu pars dans un resto et tu vois seulement les noms, tu te demandes si c'est encore les choses que tu manges tous les jours.
Surtout que nous n'avons pas encore tous intégré la carte, pour ceux qui en ont. Nous n'avons pas tous intégré l'impératif d'avoir une carte désormais en anglais et en français.
En français.
J'ai bien dit en anglais et en français, pas en français et en anglais comme les francophones disent souvent. Dans la Constitution, c'est marqué en anglais et en français.
Très important.
On ne classe pas les langues, mais on les donne par ordre alphabétique.
Oui, exactement, c'est ça. Et l'anglais vient avant?
Oui.
Oui, ok. Chef, pour les ingrédients, on a besoin de quoi?
Très, très peu de choses. Très peu de choses. Du beurre, en fait. Ouais. Et chaque fois que vous utilisez du beurre à la maison, parce qu'il faut être un peu avisé pour utiliser du beurre, quand vous devez utiliser du beurre, mettez quand même une petite noix d'huile, parce que l'huile va faire que le beurre ne noircisse pas vite. Okay. Donc un petit trait d'huile, là c'est de l'huile d'olive que nous utilisons. Donc du beurre, c'est du persil. Comme c'est des crevettes, nous avons de belles crevettes moyennes du Cameroun, que certains pourraient déjà appeler gambas quand on n'est pas exigeant.
C'est ça.
Et de l'ail. Donc c'est beaucoup d'ail que nous allons ciseler tout à l'heure.
Oui, c'est quand même les moyens parce qu'il y a encore les gros et souvent c'est noir.
En fait, c'est la carapace qui est noire. La bonne gambasse camerounaise, on l'appelle d'ailleurs en fait, oui, je sais que tu vas me dire, ah, le chef, gambas, on dit la houle, tu n'as vraiment pas de problème. Si tu dis le gambas, tu n'as pas tort, tu dis la gambasse, tu n'as pas tort. Okay. Mais moi, je préfère la gambasse. Oui. Il paraît que ce qui est féminin n'est pas toujours bon, mais donc moi, je vais... Ce n'est pas moi qui chantais.
Non, chef, je te regarde, tu es en train de parler, c'est cela que je
Ce n'est pas moi qui ai chanté. À tendre l'oreille, Larry va nous dire tout à l'heure, il paraît que... Mais bon, la gambasse, elle, dans tous les cas, elle est bonne. Tu vois si de quel côté je milite, moi. Donc nous avons nos crevettes, un peu de citron, de l'ail, du persil, et puis de la matière grasse. Naturellement, le bon poivre de chez nous.
C'est ça.
Le poivre de Penja, que je ne vais pas nommer parce qu'il a un prénom.
Ok, merci beaucoup à vous, chef.
Ce sera servi avec des haricots verts.
Simple.
Oui, donc nous faisons très léger aujourd'hui. Les haricots verts aussi sont tout simplement sautés au beurre et à l'ail.
Wow.
Donc je pense qu'en 10 minutes, on devrait y arriver. On devrait avoir fait le tour. Et convaincre quelqu'un que ce n'est pas du chiquet à Midi Life. C'est en temps réel que l'on prépare.
Ok, merci beaucoup à toi, Chef Emile. And at this point in time, we are going to go for a transition. And after that, we're going to be right back. All about life at midday, and we are wondering this afternoon where you are and what exactly you are doing at this point in time. But I think that I'm going to start with boiling this. It's green beans, that's how we know it. Chef, je fais comment? Je mets...
Il faut tout simplement, oui.
Ok.
D'un coup.
C'est ça?
Très bien, Gwen.
Et ça va rester pour combien de temps?
10 minutes, puisque nous partons d'une eau déjà bouillante.
Ouais.
8 à 10 minutes, en principe.
OK.
Mais la meilleure façon, c'est que tu viennes toi-même vérifier le craquant, déguster pour voir le niveau de cuisson que tu veux.
Sans problème, peut-être ça serait après la musique, je pense. Larry, hello.
Hi.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great.
What's it with the black?
Well, it's the strongest color.
Really?
Yep.
You think so?
Black has got all the colors of the color spectrum, you know.
Anyways, that's true.
Yep. Black is the strongest color.
And when it comes to combining, like you can combine black with anything. Any color, and it's going to be good to go.
So, and you see, it matches with my guitar. You know, I have a black, white guitar. So, I try to do some matching.
So you actually have the mother color this afternoon?
Yep.
And it's not just the black top, but also the complexion.
My looking glass. I have this. Today, I feel like a star.
Now you do look hot, hotter than the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
So what are we going to be starting with?
Well, I listened a lot to Chef Emile talk about the crevette, gambas, and all the crayfish or prawns. That's Cameroon, and Cameroon is one of those blessed countries in the world because of our particularity.
Yeah.
You see, our diversity makes us stand.
In fact, Cameroon is just a melange of the world.
We stand out.
Find everything
And one particular aspect about our formal vocal part is the language. We do like Canada.
Yeah.
We do speak English and French, and I think that's our strength rather than a weakness. Some people tend to think that having a multiplicity of culture, languages, traditions is a weakness. I think it's some strength.
Exactly.
So today I want to sing for a start, just to remind us who we are. And this song, it's the hero in the song is an Anglophone guy who happens to fall in love with a French girl, and he can't speak French. So the girl says, si tu veux que je t'aime, parle français. Yeah, all right, let's try it and see what it looks like,
Okay.
Le Cameroun est un pays bilingue. On y parle officiellement l'anglais et le français. Mais c'est pas tous les Camerounais qui parlent ces deux langues en même temps. Alors écoutez mon histoire, ma petite histoire. Comment j'ai appris à dire un ou deux mots en français. Fell in love with a French girl, though I couldn't say bonjour, comment ça va? And she was just like a little dove. No, the strange girl, you would want her to stay by you. Even you, my own papa. And I got out all of my courage. Then when I asked her name, then I told her that you make my heart to bubble and to jump. And with the dark brown eyes, she was a rage. She said Pauline was the name that if I love her, I've got to speak French. Up and dumped. She had said to me that si tu veux que je t'aime, comment? Parle français. Baby. Yes, she said to me that si tu veux que je t'aime, say it loud. Parle français. And so I went to Yaoundé all the time. I went to Douala, anyhow. Then I went to Paris all the time. I went to Montreal, anyhow. She was by my side all the time, spending my money, anyhow. For I thought that when I'll speak French, she will be my girl. À cette époque de ma vie, je ne pouvais dire aucun mot en français car je ne vivais qu'à Bamenda, Boya, Chico, Kumba, New York, Londres. Et vous savez que là-bas on parle tellement l'anglais. Mais je suis tombé amoureux d'une jeune fille. Tellement elle était belle, Pauline, que tous les garçons du quartier voulaient sortir avec. Mais timide comme j'étais, j'ai pris mon courage à deux mains, je lui ai dit baby, I love you. Elle me dit chérie, si tu veux que je t'aime, parle français. Et moi, ne pouvant dire aucun mot dans la noble langue de Molière, j'ai pris la route pour Yaoundé, Douala, Paris et Montréal. Partout on parle français. Mais avec Pauline, il fallait faire comme un grand, c'est-à-dire plein de chambres 5 étoiles. Visiter les supermarchés, les super boutiques, même les super boîtes de nuit. Et c'est ainsi que mon compte en banque se vidait petit à petit. Petit à petit. Petit à petit. And as we kept on spending all of my money, just for me to speak French and win hard, I sold my only car. And like a fool, yes, like a little donkey, not seeing the trench, I'd also sold my house. You can see that I'd gone too far. Oh, she had said to me that si tu veux, je t'aime. Comment? Parle français, baby. Yes, she had said to me that si tu veux, je t'aime. Parle français. And so I went to Yaoundé all the time. I went to Douala, and then I went to Paris all the time. I went to Montreal, anyhow. She was by my side all the time, spending my money, anyhow. For I thought that when I speak French, I'd be my girl. Aujourd'hui, si je parle un petit peu le français, c'est grâce à Pauline. N'est-ce pas bien? Ouais, c'est bien. Mais, au bout du compte, j'étais fauché. Fauché comme le disent les Anglais à ce bord, à ce church mouse, c'est-à-dire pauvre comme un rat d'église. Pauline me dit, chérie, tu parles français? C'est bien beau. Mais, j'étais fauché. Et moi, je ne mangeais pas le français, alors j'étais fauché, ben, fous-moi le camp. Hein? You had said to me that si tu veux que je t'aime, parle français.
Can we have an a cappella from you?
Okay.
Any song, just
Any
speak
song.
any, yeah.
Atatiangwenya ya yatsu habi moe. Alapangwenya ya nacho habi moe. Atatiangwenya ya kapa habi moe. Alapangwenya ya.
I think we're going you know, when she was singing in the language, I don't know, what language was that?
Romala spoken in the West region, Banjul,
Wow.
Bafusam, yeah, Badenkop.
You know, it sounded so nice,
Thank
but
you.
at the same time, it sounded so sorrowful. At a certain point in time, I was like, okay, thank God I'm not hurting this afternoon. Even now, I'll just start crying.
Can I
like
tell you
the-
something about that song? I once went for a conference in Russia,
Yeah.
and I was with a colleague.
Yeah.
We went at the reception of the hotel. So the lady, she was watching the receptionist. She
Yeah.
was looking at my hair cut,
yeah.
do, my hairdo, and said, "Oh, it's beautiful." He said, "No, she's a star." She said, "A star? Okay, can you sing something for me?" I started singing this song. She cried.
That's
she
it.
cried.
It sure sounds
Why are you
sorrowful.
crying? You're not even understanding what I'm saying. You're crying.
No, but talking about that, I was about getting to that.
Yeah.
Carol, when you were singing the song, I was getting the rhythm, and I felt like it was quite sorrowful, the way it was slow and all of that. But I wasn't getting the words. When you started singing in French, that's when I got. That's when I started getting what you were singing about, and I was like, ah. So at times, ignorance can be good and bad. Because when you're ignorant about certain things, you just say like, wow.
And the beginning of the song in French, when I say c'est pas la joie que le plaisir, c'est everybody's like, oh, what type of gospel song is this?
No, but it's great. You really do sing well. You really do. You're
Thank
great
you,
at what you do. And I want to believe that your religious background has something to do with who you've become today. But talking about that, why the love for languages and culture? I know that you grew up with the French language and your mother tongue, and then you studied the English language in school.
Yes.
So when did this culture, but if there's something I know about those from the West region, is the fact that they are very attached to their culture. I'm sure that Roma Sechang is going to say yes to that, because you guys believe so much in your culture and tradition, and you hold tight to it.
Yes, I think it's something, I grew up with it. I can't really tell you where it began or how
Yeah.
it happened.
Yes.
Because I remember, you know, when I was in high school, I read sciences.
Okay.
I read physics, maths, chemistry. And so I remember even when I was in class, I used to speak my language, even to the teacher. Sometimes the teacher will say something or explain a concept in physics.
Yeah.
I'll raise my hand and say, "Siso singer," in my language. So everybody was like calling me in school, "Oh, that Banjun lady."
Yeah.
So now when, my physics teacher is with me now at ENS. So
Okay.
when he met me, he said, "I knew you will end up doing something that
Yeah,
has to do with
related to
languages."
languages,
It's because you
yeah.
were speaking your language every time in class.
I'm not even bothering if I thought he was from Banjul or not.
No.
Everybody has to understand the Banjul language. But that is good. That is good. Now let's talk about reference citizens. It has been existing informally for the last 2 years, but it started existing formally since the 6th of December 2019.
Yeah.
So we are roughly, let's say, 2.5 months since it has been existing. Why come up with this idea?
Well, because I was really shocked by what's happening.
Okay.
When you look around, look at how people are behaving. That's people don't know, how do you say that in French? You say le savoir vivre, le savoir être.
Maybe I was supposed to first of all ask the question what reference citizen is all about, so that we start. Let's not start building the house from the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Reference Citizens is an association that promotes languages and cultures. That's
Okay.
what we do is education, citizenship education via arts and cultures.
Okay.
Yes, because we have noticed that people around don't know that they are not enrooted in their cultures, and they behave somehow. You are in a in socioculture, that you're in an environment, in a community,
Yeah.
but you don't care about the rules and the norms of that community.
Exactly.
So you are shocking people, and people are like, oh, this child is not behaving well, that child is not behaving well. So I said, who takes care? Who is really taking the pain to educate people? You will not always say, no, they should do that in church or the government should do it.
Yeah.
At our own level, everybody can do something. The parents at home can do it, and reference citizens also can do it.
Exactly.
Yes, that's why we said, okay, we will do it, but through arts and cultures, because we believe that what you can say in an intellectual way, and people will not understand, maybe if you put it in some music. You see, Larry
true.
was singing. He was really telling us a pathetic story, but it was in some music, and we loved we had the story.
Yeah.
We understood what he was saying, and it was more beautiful because it was in that beautiful song.
Exactly.
So that's why we said, yes, we will talk to people, we will contribute in the education of people, but we will do that via arts and cultures.
Wow. And how far have you gone in doing this?
Well, for the 2 past months, we have been going around schools. We decided to
Yes.
start the sensitization part with students, because you know what's happening in schools.
Yes,
You know
that is
how
true.
delinquent they are now. You know how, they are murdering their teachers. They are fighting. They are doing things that are, terrible things in school. So we said, okay, we should talk to those students. But I must admit that it was already in our action plan before the scandals
Yeah.
really started going.
Yeah.
So they met us doing it. Everything that happened in the past week, we're already in the field doing it,
Okay.
talking to those students and helping them understand things, talking sense into their heads.
Exactly.
Yes, and also teaching them some music and giving them some skills to also be able to produce some messages via art. That's maybe through a poem, through a sketch,
Or
through a
paintings.
song, paintings. Yes,
Okay.
that they themselves should participate in the sensitization of others.
Wow, that's very nice to know. But you've had the opportunity of talking to the students one-on-one. Were you able to pick out the reason why students have become the way they've become? Like, it's I don't know if I should say it's crazy, it's unheard of, or it's frightening.
Well,
That's the word, it's really frightening.
they've given me several reasons. Some of them will say, at home, my parents don't pay enough attention. You know, when we finish talking with some of them, they will say, well, this is the first time somebody really talks to me like this. This is the first time somebody really talks to that somebody calls on my conscience.
Yeah.
Yes, because I don't usually get such a talk with elders or with other people.
Yeah.
And some will say, well, my parents tried their best, but I don't know what's happening to me. It's as if there's a spirit in me that
Yeah,
is
it's
controlling
very
me.
possible.
That's what some of those students will answer. But some will just tell you, well, I watched it over the TV and I wanted to try. So I watched a movie and I saw somebody doing something. I wanted to try it. I didn't know it would go that far. Yes, because,
Wait,
I've been
excuse
to prison. I went to prison and met some of these students who killed their classmates. There's one student who killed his classmate last year and was in prison. I went and met him and asked, what happened to you? He said, I can't really tell you what happened. I can say what I know is that I'm into drugs. So that particular day, I went to school with... No, I didn't take some drugs that day, but I had a... So he was like... he couldn't really give me an explanation. He said he was out of his senses. He does not know what happened. It wasn't planned. But since he got angry at that moment, and maybe there was still some residues of drugs in his...
normally it doesn't
Yes.
just go out of you like that.
Yes, maybe he really got angry that his classmate said something that he judged awful, and he took out the knife and it was gone.
Now, the big question is, what was he doing with a knife?
That's
in
the question
school?
I asked.
Because if I see Chef Amy with a knife, I understand that he's always cutting things. Yes. But as a student, what are you doing in school with a knife?
I didn't have an answer.
And how does he feel right now in prison?
He was regretting. He told me, go and tell some of my classmates. He sent a message. He even wrote a letter. I have that letter at home to give to one of his classmates that go there and tell them that this place is not a good place for anybody.
That is it.
Yes, I don't wish it to anybody.
How old is he?
He should be 17, 18, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Killing somebody at the age of even 100 is...
He was in
it's
lower
not easy
seats.
to
He was
live
in lower
with.
seats. And the student he killed was in upper seats.
Wow. Now, I don't even want to think about what he's going through right now. But as they say, at times, it's not only because the students take drugs. There is something that that student mentioned, the spirit in you. So parents should get to understand, please, if you're watching this program this afternoon and you're a parent, you're a brother, you're a sister, you're a teacher, you have to understand that there is something that is called the supernatural. So it doesn't always stay physical. It's not about the advice you give your children or your students. It's important for you to pray for them. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, we do all pray. Even you, if you're a Buddhist, you do pray. So please, let's pray for our children and for everybody, because at times, there is certainly a spirit somewhere that causes the students to act the way they do.
Yes.
Because we all have gone to school, we all have lived for years on earth, here in Cameroon, but it just started happening, was it like, let's say a few months ago, where everybody's killing their teacher? It's crazy.
No,
I mean,
I think there have been many stories. It's just that with the media now, people have brought up those stories. There have
Carol,
been, yeah.
not as much as it's happening these
months.
days. I mean, was it...
Last Saturday.
Yeah, there was a geography teacher.
Yeah.
who was stabbed.
Yeah.
I mean...
And people are saying it's a student, but we are not sure about but...
Hey, people can just refuse to continue teaching. For crying out loud, it's scary. I mean, teachers can start...
And that's why when we go around those schools, we also talk to teachers.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We've been calling
it's important.
on these teachers to really take time. They shouldn't go violent with these children, no matter what they do. It's true that the Bible says you don't spare the rod.
Yeah.
But with these children, the way they are going, they might, if they don't kill you, you might you might end up killing them, because they make you angry, and you might react somehow. Just imagine if you have something in your hands, you can slap the person, and the person will just go. And instead of being in the grave, you find yourself in prison. Yeah. So we are calling on those teachers. When we go around, we have a talk with these children, with these teachers, and we call on them to try to calm down, to be more patient with these children.
Okay.
To do what they can do, but they shouldn't go. I mean, they shouldn't go violent
overboard
or
something.
They should just let go. Yes, they should rely on the administration to solve some of those problems. Okay,
but you know the administration, they are also teachers who are part of the administration. So it's about the school milieu, the students, the teachers,
it is really
and even
going
the parents.
Out of hands.
Yeah. Chef Emile, what can you tell us about, or what is your take about what is happening in our schools today?
Le problème est assez compliqué à mon sens, hein, parce que on s'acharne sur les enfants qui sont l'aboutissement ou la conséquence.
Oui.
Il faut peut-être remonter à l'origine. Donc, et c'est toute la difficulté. Comment faire pour que les enseignants eux-mêmes qui ont été des élèves aient un comportement normatif? Comment faire pour que les parents qui sont d'anciens élèves aient un comportement qui n'influence pas? En fait, comment soutenir les parents? Parce qu'aujourd'hui, en tant que parents, j'en suis un, nous sommes dépassés. Aucun parent ne peut suivre, ne peut jurer la main sur le cœur qu'il suit tous les programmes télé que son enfant peut regarder.
Ça, c'est vrai.
Donc, il me semble qu'il y a une prise en charge globale qui doit être faite depuis même l'État. Dans des pays comme la Chine, par exemple, on a beau dire, on ne laisse pas regarder n'importe quoi, on ne laisse pas entrer n'importe quel signal, on ne laisse pas entrer n'importe quelle image. Maintenant que nous sommes en pleine conséquence horrible, il faut peut-être que l'on prenne conscience de ce que la démocratisation, c'est bien, mais élever des hommes sains avec une censure qui garantisse des comportements sains est plus important que de céder à ce vent de démocratisation, de libertinage qui fait qu'aujourd'hui, on ne sait plus qui est parent, qui est enseignant, qui est élève. nous nous mélangeons tous et ça se fait à travers la façon de s'habiller, à travers les programmes que nous regardons. Qu'est-ce que les parents doivent regarder sans que les enfants regardent? Le problème est tellement vaste que peut-être qu'il faut aussi un grand dialogue national.
C'est ça. No, I think that's great. Yeah. It's very important because there's need for dialogue because we shouldn't say that all parents are supposed to bring up their children in the same way. But I remember growing up, the last thing I would watch on TV was the 7:30 news. The moment you're done watching the 7:30 news, you go to bed. There is no way you're going to watch TV after the 7:30 news. And if you had to watch movies without publicity, in fact, I cannot even do publicity for those movies anymore, you had Sound of Music, Coming to America, and you sleep. So there was no way you get to the series. I mean, we have so many nowadays. I don't even want to call that channel, but you all know the channel I'm talking about. And when students watch it, they want to replay what they have watched. And you see young boys and young girls getting into relationships that they're not supposed to dream of.
I remember something about my father.
Yeah.
There was this, was it Santa Barbara, one of these movies.
Yeah.
So one day we were watching, and I think he didn't realize we were seated there watching. And he came in, he saw we were just watching the TV, and we were like, wow, ooh. He took the remote and bam.
Yes.
Oh, Daddy, what did you do? So you guys watch these things. On that, he punished us.
Yeah.
I think for 2 days, because we just watched people kissing. And that's what he used to do. When he will be watching programs, even if there are people, grown-up people, that's with his friends, his brothers, but when people will come closer, he will
change the channel.
So everybody was like, why?
Why is he always changing the channel?
No, he wasn't changing the channel. He will put off the TV.
Okay.
And put it on 2 minutes after. That the kiss should be over before he put it on.
Yeah.
So people were really very shocked. And why is he behaving like this? But now I understand why he was behaving like that.
That is true. But
it
now
was his own way of controlling our education.
Exactly.
Even though I'm not sure it was the best way, but.
No, but the most important thing is you grew up to be who you are today. Now, Larry, I want you to sing something for us this afternoon because let's say we are hurting with what is happening in our school milieu these days.
It's quite a sad situation that we are facing in Cameroon. It makes everyone cry. The downfall of our moral standards and respect, especially for the society and for elders and for authority. I think lots of things have to be taken care of. But you know.
It is well.
It is life. Part of life comes a time when a nation gets to the point we get and it has to fall down to rise up stronger. And exactly. I think we should all rise stronger. But,
Amen.
You know, I thought that, I should sing for some men who were not able to, maybe me included, say maybe me, were not able to make sure that the Lovers' Day, you know, Valentine's Day and all the like was well taken care of for the loved ones.
Okay, why not?
I hope that this one will come around now. Touch some souls. Make you feel happy a little bit. Sang a good song. I heard a hardest time, and so I came to sing the lesson for a while. And there he was, this young boy, stranger to my eyes. He was strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words. Softly with a song, killing me softly with a song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with a song. And that I'm jazzifying the stuff, I love jazz, And it's Midi Life, right? International television. I felt a little flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt it found our letters and just read each one aloud. I pray that he should finish, but he just kept right on. He was drumming my pain with his finger, oh, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with a song, killing me softly with a song, telling my whole life these words, killing me softly with a song.
We can only be great people and good people if we love.
Oh, yes.
If you don't love, then there's so many things that are going to go wrong in the world. Thank you so much again, Larry.
You're welcome, Gwen.
For talking and killing us softly this afternoon. Now, Carol, tell me, since the start of this year, you've been carrying out a particular project. I'm talking about the PITANGO concept.
Yeah.
So what is this about?
So PITANGO concept, it is education by the target, for the target. That's in target or in people.
Yeah.
I can put students, I can put youth, I can put women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have the PITANGO school. PITANGO school is especially for students and pupils.
Okay.
What's it all about? We believe that if students sensitize or talk to their fellow students, to their classmates, they will understand better.
Exactly.
Because when we come
That's
to them, they will say, oh, votre temps est passé. Ça, c'est la nouvelle génération. Vous n'y comprenez rien. So if their mates talk to them, they will comprendre something. That's why.
Yeah.
So that's what PITANGO school is all about.
Yeah.
So when we go to schools, we propose to these school administrators, authorities, to set up a PITANGO club.
Okay.
This PITANGO club is led by students themselves. And we even prefer that they are the stubborn students that be the leaders of this PITANGO club. Because what they do at the beginning of the year is that we, at the level of reference citizens and school authorities, we decide on a certain number of topics that have to do with moral education, citizenship education.
Exactly.
So we can talk about maybe drugs, abortion, all those topics. And if there are 30 classes in a school, we will look for 30 topics. And each class has one topic to discuss about. So what they do is, via arts and cultures, they can decide to prepare a message via music, that's to present their message via music, via a poem, via paintings, drawings, via a sketch. And we at Reference Citizens, we are the ones giving them those tools, that we train them in order to be able to produce messages and present them via arts and via cultures.
Okay.
So once this is done and they have their top topics, each class now has the task of working on his topic, the theme that has been given to him. And on Mondays, you know that generally in schools, on Monday morning, there is the assembly, they call that assembly.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So General assembly. So during these general assemblies, they are given 15 minutes. One class is given 15 minutes to produce the message, that's to present on the topic that has been given to them. Yes.
Okay.
And every Monday, there's one class. Every Monday, there's one class and one topic. Yeah. So now they'll be the ones trying to figure out how to present their message. Yeah. If they are talking about drugs, you know that the ones into drugs, you and I, we don't even know how they go about with those things, but they know how they go about with the drugs. Yeah. So they know exactly how they can talk about it such that their fellow mates understand.
Exactly.
Yes, so they are the ones in charge. They will produce the messages. They will decide on how to present the messages and how and via what, artistically speaking, they will present it. Should it be poetry, music, or Even dance, yeah, they will decide on that.
I think the concept that you guys are using is more like to be able to catch a thief, look for a bigger thief to be able to catch a smaller one. So you're actually using thieves to catch thieves. I think it's great. We're going to carry on talking about this particular concept. Okay. But first, let's talk to Vicky. Hello, Vicky.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gwen.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that.
I'm always fine when I'm by you, you know.
No flattery.
Of course not.
So tell us, what is trending?
Okay, it's quite interesting given the discussions that is going on here because it's actually a smart gadget. It is called smart home display. Okay. And I think it can fit right into the context of discussion because these are monitors that you could use in your home, like what you have on the screen. Okay. And then you track down every smart gadget in the house. That will mean tracking down your child's smartphone, if you have to, you know, tracking down all those devices, wherever the internet and everything that they use, maybe to abuse themselves with such vices, evil vices that they are indulging themselves with nowadays. So I was just like, wow, it just falls right in place. Anyway, like I said, these are home monitors. You know, I always talk about the smart stoves and things like that, but now this is just like a hub to all of those things because you can, with this particular home display smart gadget, you could monitor every smart thing in your home. Yes, you could be able to trace if the oven is on. Maybe you have something in the oven, you could, follow up the timing when the food is ready. Okay. If you have maybe your tablet, you see what's going on there, you can manipulate from this gadget. It's actually like a screen, but it also functions as a speaker, as you could take your phone calls with it, you could view your smart doorbell. If you have a smart doorbell, you could view who is coming, who rang the bell. If you have a smart camera, you know, you could always see who came through your house and everything. Like, it just controls everything. Smart in the house.
It's a monitoring device.
Yes, actually. Yeah. And it also serves as a speaker. You know, you could play music from your phone and then it gives loud sound and things. And also, if you're not actually monitoring anything, you could always have reminders that will come out often, like reminding you of your appointments, reminding you of giving you the weather condition outside, you know, giving you maybe meetings and the time, maybe when you have to go out and things like that. So it's a beautiful device, and I think that any parent now should try to have this. And interestingly, Gwen, they are not very expensive. They are not very expensive, and you could always place it anywhere in the house. Maybe in your room, you just place it on the wall, and your kid must not even know that you have something like that. If you want to really
like
monitor
you're monitoring
them.
everything they do.
I saw this, and it's actually trending, and I said, let me bring it on the show.
And it really ties with what we've been talking this afternoon with Carol, because I think that our children need monitoring. So that we know exactly where, if possible, even put the device on them so that we know where they go to buy the drugs and everything. No, seriously, because, and you know, you'll be marveled at those who sell these drugs to these children.
Exactly.
Forgetting that as you're selling this drug to this child, someone is selling it to your child as well. And at the end of the day, you start crying and regretting, but you did it to some other person's child. So please, for those who are selling the drugs, sell it to those who can even manage it, who can know that, okay, at this time I can take and this time I can't, or let me take it when I'm in the house so that if I need to sleep, I'll just sleep at once. Don't give it to children who cannot even, I really don't know, but please, let's try as much as possible to help these children the most that we can. And talking about these children, you guys paid a visit to the Mongo, and he was there with the children. I can remember seeing a student singing the national anthem in her mother tongue. It was really nice. And peut-être tu vas nous dire d'abord ton nom. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Tu es la bienvenue à Midi Life.
Merci.
Ok, ton nom c'est?
Oui, moi c'est Mbouma Abaron Vincent de Paul.
Ouais.
Je suis un bon Camerounais, fier de l'être.
Ok. Pourquoi tu dis ça? Pourquoi tu dis
Oui,
que tu es
parce
un
que
bon Camerounais?
j'aime mon pays
Ouais.
et je participe au développement de ce pays, à la maturation de la jeunesse.
Ouais.
Et c'est pour ces raisons que je suis encore fier d'être ici parmi vous.
Ok, il faut nous parler de ton expérience avec les élèves pendant que tu étais...
Oui,
C'était à Konsamba?
c'était en Konsamba.
Ok.
Mon passage dans cette localité a été un passage florissant en ce que déjà les portes de Konsamba nous ont accueillis et j'ai été vraiment interloqué tout simplement parce que il y a un certain nombre de choses qui n'ont pas été prises en charge. Mais en profondeur, je crois que nous avons fait ce que nous devions faire. Et les élèves ont été accueillants.
Ouais.
Ils ont reçu favorablement le projet.
Ouais.
Ils ont participé. Même les autorités administratives, la responsable en charge des questions de jeunesse, la déléguée, a
Oui.
participé avec nous. Le délégué même le délégué du ministère de la Jeunesse a
Ouais.
été avec nous. Ils nous ont encouragés. Les proviseurs ont vraiment accepté favorablement ce projet et il est question pour nous de repartir dans cette zone pour implémenter le projet PITANGO qui est un projet porteur.
Wow.
Comme elle a si bien dit, c'est amener les apprenants à être responsables. Et avec les apprenants, ils vont comprendre qu'eux-mêmes, ils peuvent apporter des solutions aux problèmes qui sont les leurs. Donc,
Ok.
c'était fastidieux, c'était un voyage. Les mots même me manquent parce que ils ont même voulu que je reste sur place. Mais malheureusement, c'était un voyage de 2 jours.
Ouais.
Donc, ils attendent que nous repartions là-bas dans tous les cas.
Ok, mais avant de repartir à Konsamba, il faut d'abord nous dire si vous avez une autre ville en vue. Je ne sais pas.
Oui, il y a, je crois, Matom.
Oui, Matom, Galim.
Il y a Galim.
Ok.
Il y a Mbouda.
Bouddha, voilà.
Ok.
En fait, les gens nous appellent de partout.
Ouais.
The more we present this and people watch on TV, they are calling in the media when they listen here. They are calling, come to our school. We have stubborn students here. Please come and talk to them. Come with your PITANGO concept. So we are receiving phone calls all the time.
Yeah. But I want to ask this question because we've been talking a lot about violence. But have you ever experienced violence as a student? Did you ever experience violence from anybody?
No.
Never.
No.
Were you ever violent towards somebody?
I think I'm one of the rare students who never fought.
Okay.
I don't remember ever fighting in my life. I've
Wow.
never gone
Physical with
physical
anybody?
with anybody.
Okay. And what about you?
Non, vous savez, si je dis qu'on n'a pas expérimenté cela, c'est un mensonge.
Ouais, c'est ça.
On a expérimenté la violence. Malheureusement, ce qui se fait aujourd'hui est plus enlevé que ce qui s'est fait à notre époque.
Exactly.
Donc, à notre époque, c'était quand même contrôlé, mais cette fois-ci, ça va dans tous les sens. C'est vraiment, tu vois un jeune, tu parles à un jeune et tu crois qu'il sera attentionné à ce que tu dis, mais tu te rends compte que non, ici, il est opposé, il veut répondre par la violence. Donc, c'est pour ces raisons que, comme le maître disait, il faut toiletter le système éducatif. Il faut même une refonte parce que ce qui était anormal est devenu normal. Donc, il faudrait normaliser la norme. Donc, c'est un peu ça.
No, you know what you're saying is very true about the fact that we used to fight when we were in school, but it was just maybe because this particular girl has been disturbing you since you got into that class. And this day they say, okay, you have to, if you want to get out of her grip, then maybe you fight. If you win, then she's going to start respecting you. But if she wins, then you she carry on bullying you. And to tell you the truth, I'm not proud of it, but I fought. When I was in primary school, yeah, I did.
My parents will kill me if I tried that.
No,
They were
my parents almost killed me, but thank God that I was able to overcome. Yeah, I actually fought on that day, and I had a sprain on my toe, on my big toe, and I got to the house and I couldn't walk, but I won. Wow, you needed to see me that day, like. You needed to. No. See.
Tell the truth.
No. At times I lie, but this afternoon I will tell you that this girl was really on. Was getting. She was on my nerves. I don't know if she's watching.
You showed her Pepe.
But on that day, I told myself that, you know, some of us were very weak. So everybody could just say what they wanted to say and say, okay, you guys could just be the first in class. But when it comes to the fighting, everybody could just shout at you and all of that. And so on that day, I told myself this was a do or die situation. I have to. And to tell you that we had a particular part behind the school where everybody who had to fight would go there to fight. And people were cheering from the class to that point to fight. And I told myself, Father, don't let me down. No, but seriously, I won that fight. And after that day, that girl was, she gave me all the respect that I deserve. And up till today, she can, and when I went to that, I was like, is it me? Did I actually do that? But at times, yeah, but you should not take it like way overboard. But talking about that, there's no way that you can put together or in place something this nice and this important without facing challenges and having difficulties. So what are some of the challenges that you face?
Well, I think the main challenge now is financial, because really going around it's really heavy financially speaking. Exactly. So we really need partners, we need sponsors in order to implement. Because so far, all those schools are really asking, they are begging on us to come.
Have you thought about the different ministries that are involved? I mean, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Civic Education, and also the Ministry of Secondary Education.
Yes, we are still to go and meet them. Okay. Well, here in Yaoundé.
Exactly.
But in the cities where we have been, in Cameroon, we met them, secondary education, we met the delegates. Yeah. But now we have to go officially, and we've even, yes, we are on that way.
Yeah, and we are hoping that you're going to succeed in whatever you're looking at. But we are just starting 2020. You've already put a project in place and the concept, the PITANGO concept. Apart from that, do you still have other things in mind in the course of this year?
The PITANGO concept, we had another concept, back to school. That's something really important, because before school began last year, we thought it's necessary to go and talk to people. School dropouts.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, to call on them and encourage them to go back to school. Because, you know, there are many people who, for one reason or the other, couldn't carry on with their studies. Maybe because of financial means, or they had to go quickly into life. For one reason or the other. So there are even some students, some girls, who put to bed and thought it was, they couldn't go on. And now they are into their matrimonial homes. They are trying to raise up children, and they're even unable to help these children read their books.
Exactly.
Because they didn't carry on with their studies.
And the assignments and everything.
Yes, even assignments. So we know that today has a lot of challenges. Today's world has a lot of challenges. That's why we thought it's important to go and encourage parents, adults to go back to school.
And you had some aged people in quotes that went back to school.
Yes, I am really thankful to God, because the record I have in mind is one lady. She is at Colbison, so she's 48 years old. So she stopped school at the level of second.
Whoa.
So she never had her probatoire and baccalaureate.
Yeah.
So when I went when the team went and talked and sensitized in her association, she came to us and said, what you're saying is pertinent. Nowadays, she's working like an architect. She's not an architect, but that's
an assistant or something.
Not really. Well, we say a guy in the marché. How do you say that in English?
Yeah, contracts.
Yes,
contracts. Yeah.
Yes, and she's very. I mean, she can. You see everything that has to do with decoration, everything that has to do with conception in building. Yeah. She's an expert. Wow. Without going to school, but she's really an expert. Mm-hmm. So what she does is she goes and takes people. That's called. Some people help her. They present their documents, the official documents, and now she gets the contract and she does it. So when we went to her, she said, "Oh, you see, I'm unable to really do the work myself. I cannot produce documents myself because I don't have the level. They need me to be an architect. I need to present a document where I have a diploma in architecture, but I don't have one. So now the way you are encouraging me, I think I can do it." I said, "Yes, you can do it." So she went to school, and
at the age of 48.
48.
Wow.
And she sent us a video. She was in class with young.
With the uniform?
Yes, with the uniform.
Wow.
She was in class with them, so she made a selfie, and sent the video. You could see those students say, "La mama, la mama, la mama." And she was very proud of herself. So I said, wow. And we have many testimonies. When I went to France in late September, there's a Gabonese, Mercedes,
Yeah.
who heard I was around. She came to me and said, I'm really coming to thank you because I watched your video on YouTube.
Yeah.
And when I got to France, I got married to a Frenchman, started working in supermarkets. And I thought that was all. I had my baccalaureate in Gabon and thought that was the highest level. But when I heard you encouraging us to go to school, I thought, hey, so I could still do something in that sense.
Okay.
So I went back to school, and she came with her registration documents. I said, you see, I've gone back to school. I even have a video of the next time I will show.
Why not? There's certainly going to be a next time. Thank you so much, Carol, for coming on the program this afternoon. We had a lot to learn from you, and we hope that those who watched the program have actually learned something and it has sticked, so that we can be able to make our country a better place. So please go over to the table. Since you said you couldn't wait to eat something cooked by Chef Emile Ngulu. Yeah. So please move over to the table, and he's going to serve you. You know, when you go to his restaurant, why not? Feel free to sit. You know, when you go to his restaurant, he's not going to be the one serving you. It only happens here on Midi Life.
That's why I was eager to come here.
Gwen.
Really?
Yes. I told my children, you'll see me eating Maître's food on TV.
So let's see how you're going to eat this food. We have a very colorful plate there. So you're going to, you're first of all going to have a taste and tell us what you think, and we're going to leave you to your food while you carry on eating. Then we can listen to music. Don't bother, they're going to eat after.
Oh, thank you.
But we'll start with you.
Oh. So can I start now?
Go right ahead. We're waiting on you. Ouch. Ow.
What did you say his restaurant is?
Restaurant at the heart of Yaoundé.
I think I should pay a visit to that restaurant.
You are not very far from the radio station, from CRTV Radio. So if at all you want to pay a visit, you're welcome.
This is delicious, absolutely.
Wow. Thank you so much, you all, for coming. Thank you, Carol. Et merci beaucoup à toi, Chef Emile.
Merci.
Thank you, Larry, for coming on the program. And can I say bye-bye without saying a big thank you to all of you for watching the program, and also to the crew, all the cameramen and women, to Vicky, to Victorine Neba, and also to Bikarata, Marie-Paul, and every other person who made this program a success. We are saying a big thank you to you. Keep on watching programs on the CRTV, and never forget, the smile is very important. Carry on, Larry.